Okay, let's make some hinges. And the way I'm going to do that is to take this 1/2 inch stock. We'll kind of come up above this. And go ahead and cut a little 1 3/4 segment off of the 1/2 inch stock. Actually, I'm going to cut 3 of them per hinge. And you'll see after a little while where I'm going to go with that. But for right now, we're just cutting, 8 to 12 of these pieces because we have to do three stoves. Alright, we've got 12 pieces cut. Now we've got them on the lathe, and we'll just take one of them, and we're going to bring it up to the chuck, put it in the chuck, and get it in place, and then do a little machine work on it, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, we're all right. We got our chucked up. We're going to turn the lathe on and go ahead and face off this little 1/2 inch slug. No big deal. I probably can't see it on camera, but right now I'm switching out my drill bit for a center drill, and swing that in close. Now you can see it. We'll just come in and set a hole in there, bring it back. Let's put the drill bit back in. No big deal, we're just drilling a hole. About a 1/4 way through this little 1/2 inch piece of round stock. And I don't know if you can see it, but right there on the drill bit I have a little Sharpie mark that tells me when my 1/4 inch hole is. We're not looking at super accuracy, we're just looking at drilling a hole so I can make a hinge. And the male part of my hinge is going to be a little more accurate, but really not so much. Pull the tailstock back. Let's go ahead and clean up that inside edge. Take a file and kiss the outside edge here just so nobody cuts himself. Spin this baby around and do it again on this end. There we go. Switch out the drill bit for the center drill. Bring that in. Set ourselves a small hole. Trade the bit for the other bit. And where are we at? There we are. And we're off and running. Backing out of every 1/4 inch or so to clear the chips and to cool off the end of the drill bit a little bit with oil. One last pass here, and I think we'll have it. Done deal. Bring it back. Clean out my center. File off the outside edge. we have, ouch, we have one hot little plug. So we'll set that down, and we'll come back in a few. We're going to do 4 more of those, and then we come in and do the male end of it. All right, let's do the male end. And that's pretty good, and I've kind of preset this so that I pretty much know where I'm going with it. So bring it in, kiss the surface, and I know I'm 124, so I want to come back, I want to take back, I don't know, 50 thousandths or so, and I think that's going to be 50. Whoops. Now we'll take it back about that far, and that looks to me like about a half inch. We're pretty close, and again, not that big a deal. The most important part is the diameter. It needs to be a pretty, not snug, actually fairly loose, but pretty accurate. So we'll take it down to 18. And I'm looking at my digital readout. It's off camera for you. But the digital is an amazing thing. It tracks the exact location of the end of that bit. And sometimes that's a really great thing. Alright, now we'll come in just a little bit deeper and then bring it out and square that edge off. Little file work. Gonna do it twice. Well, we're not going to be able to do it there. Got that in a little bit too close. So let's just bring it out a bit. Now we're bouncing all over the place, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I just kiss the surface with the file just a little bit, just to kind of give it just to get rid of the tooling marks. Alrighty. Now this piece will go inside of this piece, and that's part of the hinge. And I'm going to make another one to come off of that side of the hinge, and that makes a nice, smooth running hinge that'll work on that door. And we'll show you that part a little bit later. So let's go ahead and do another one. Oh, wait a second. I forgot to do the back side of that. We might as well make the thing look pretty, you know? Alright. Now we're going to come in and do another one. Pretty much the exact same thing. Well, in fact, exactly the exact same thing. Come in and kiss it. Come back 50. Running it about a half an inch. Just about right. Come back another 50. We don't have that much left. We're going to do 30 on this pass. And we're going to take this right back to 0, and everybody's going to be happy. There's 0. Nice little cleanup pass. Bring it in a little bit tighter. And go ahead and clean up that outside edge. File, and I did it again. Got it in too close. Kiss it with the file. And we've got, oops, do the back side. Nice little cleanup on the back side. Kiss that with the file. And we've got ourselves a full hinge. Right there. Now what I did forget to do is to file that surface, and I can feel it. It's just a little bit snug. And in wood stoves you don't want snug. Because you have expansion and contraction to deal with and all that other stuff. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we've got the center will rotate, which will be connected to the door, and the two outside pieces will be connected to the you know, the striker part of the door. So we've got 4 more of these to make, and we will come back. Nick Collier here, and today we're going to put the collar on the barrel wood stove. So follow along, and first thing we have to do is we have to get this collar to fit down a little closer onto the wood stove itself so that we don't have these big gaps underneath here. And the way I approach that, if I could find my little chalk, there it is to draw just a little bit of the perimeter, especially right around this rib here, and up and around the front edge. And you can kind of see what I've done is just drawn a half circle where the collar is going to go. And then let's get my torch out. And we're just basically going to torch a groove in the stove itself. So that shouldn't be too difficult. And since the whole inside of the hole is going to be cut out anyhow, I'm cutting an extra wide path so that the collar can fit nicely. And we'll have a look at that in a second. Okay, there we go. So now the color kind of sits down a little bit low here, but the reality of it is that the stove sits up just a little bit. So that's just about right, just like that. So we're looking at that, and I like to put the junction point to the back. Everything else looks pretty good. See, we've gotten rid of a fair amount of that gap there. Turn on my gas. Turn on the MIG welder. We're going to bring the temperature down to about 2 3/4. Enough to bond the what is that, 1/8" strap to the very thin material on the wood stove itself. So let's get started. Just testing it. I'd say let's turn the temp up just a little bit. Maybe it's a little colder in here tonight for this morning. There we go. Nice bond. Fairly square. Let's lift it up just a little bit. That looks good. And what I have to do here, because I have the difference in material thicknesses, is I have to go in and strike my beginning weld on the thicker material and literally let it melt down to the thinner material. Otherwise, I end up punching a hole through it. So it takes a little bit of finesse to get that together, but you know, we're going to work it out. So basically we're going to go around the entire perimeter here and come up with what we need. I'll save you the boring details as usual. Okay, we got her all welded up. Bring it in close and you can kind of see the weld. It's a reasonable weld, nothing really to write home about, but still good and solid, and it's going to hold that cap in just beautifully for later on. So now basically what we come in and do is take the torch, and cut out the hole. Pretty straightforward deal here. Well, that seemed pretty simple. Then we go from there, and and we're going to continue.